Hey y'all, I'm Blaine Phillips.
And I'm Phillips-LeVan.
We're married, like just a minute ago, but we've been together for 14 years.
We have a teenage daughter.
Which means she's basically an adult, right?
We're also growing a business on the side together.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Through all of that, we've learned how to improve so many aspects of our lives and show up in an amazing way.
So we decided to host a podcast to share our journey with you.
It's called Let's Do Life Together, because that's just what we want to do with you.
So if you could use some tips and tricks on how to make life a little smoother,
then you're in the right place.
Come on in and let's do life.
It's the middle of the day. You walk into the break room and it's Sally's birthday. And they've brought cupcakes. They're the really delicious kind of cupcakes with the most perfect icing. And they spelled out happy birthday, Sally. And everyone's so excited and they're enjoying a cupcake. And there sits your favorite, your most favorite flavor. And it's looking at you, but you've sworn off cupcakes. You're not having it, or you're on the health wagon and you can't possibly have it. But it looks so good. And they're like, oh, come on, just one. It won't hurt you. No big deal. You have the cupcake. It's delicious. It really is. Everything that you wanted it to be. It's so good. But then you spend the rest of the afternoon beating yourself up. Oh my gosh, I shouldn't have had the cupcake. What am I doing? I've failed. This day is ruined. I might as well order pizza and wash it down with a bottle of wine because I wasn't supposed to have the cupcake and I had the cupcake anyway and the day's already garbage, so might as well do it all. Right? Have you ever felt like that? Have you ever been in that situation? Be honest. I have. Jason, I'm guessing. Have you been there? Have you been in a similar situation?
Probably, right? I mean, it's that mentality of, oh, I made this one stumble, so it's all for naught.
And that's
like
exactly...
We've all wasted it. My diet's ruined or whatever is just scrapped now.
Yeah. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today on episode 63. How crazy is that? We are here to talk about that all or nothing mentality. We've likely all been there once or twice before, and you're officially 2 weeks or maybe a little over by now into the new year, the 2020 decade. And I'm sure you started out with gusto. So many people set health-related goals the beginning of the year, whether that is to lose weight or shave time off their 5K time or to hit the gym a certain number of days per week or whatever that is, lose a pant size, insert that thing here, change your BMI. We go into it with a health-related goal. And for many people, it's necessary. Many of us do have health gains that we need to work on and focus on, myself included. But it's around this time that it starts to get hard, I think. And you're starting to figure out how this actually incorporates into your everyday life. And we run into roadblocks just like I described there with Sally. That cupcake was calling my name and I felt like I should have it. But then we beat ourselves up because we have that all or nothing mindset. If I can't do it perfectly, then I've blown it and I might as well not do it at all. And we're here to tell you that's just not true. The truth is, you enjoy the cupcake and maybe that wasn't your plan for the day. And maybe it is more calories than you were allotted or whatever you were going for. But if you toss your hands up in the air and you go with the notion that I've blown it and you eat the pizza and you wash it down with an entire bottle of wine, you're way over your calorie limit or your plan for the day. By then, based on that one cupcake choice led to the downslide of the rest of the day. When that's where we need to back up and shift the mindset because it's not all or nothing. It's I had the cupcake. Maybe that wasn't my plan, but I have the ability to course correct right there. So let's focus on that dinner being some good leafy greens, get in my vegetables and a solid source of protein and move on and leave the cupcake in the break room where it was. You enjoyed it, you had it, and move on from it instead of tossing your hands up because Unfortunately, those landslides turn into mudslides sometimes, and it's not just the day. It's, gosh forbid that happened on like a Thursday. Then, well, poop. We're heading into the weekend. I can't possibly recover. I'll just keep on keeping on, eating whatever I want to, and we'll start again on Monday. That's the mentality of, if I can't do it perfect, then I am not going to do it at all, and I'm just going to ride the wave and start again until Monday. And where does that leave you?
Yeah, I think some of that comes from just the mentality of goals and how people set lofty goals that may not be attainable, or they set a goal without a plan, or they fail to kind of break down that goal into manageable chunks. So if you have a goal, stick with like a health and fitness thing. If you have a goal of losing 20 pounds this year, well, you come out hot with, I'm going to eat all the salads and I'm going to work out, an hour and a half every day. I'm going to do, jump on the treadmill or whatever your plan is for exercise. And then you get off track, which is easy to do. And then it's February 1st and you didn't have a good solid plan to begin with, and you just scrap it. So you're no longer in February, you already don't have that goal of losing 20 pounds.
Yeah, you let the goal go, because I think that's so true. Part of your plan needs to include your emergency checklist. Because life is going to happen. Sally's birthday is coming. Whatever things, a long day at work that doesn't allow for you to make dinner when you get home like you plan, or you forgot to defrost the chicken, or whatever it is, what is your alternative? When life throws a curveball your way or tosses in the poo, you need to already have a plan in your brain of how you'll course correct. So I might enjoy the cupcake, and I already know that those types of things are going to come up. I'm telling myself that I have this goal to lose 20 pounds, and that doesn't include eating cupcakes day in and day out, because we know that's not going to get us there. But when they come, I'm going to enjoy it. And then I'm going to get right back on in my very next meal, the very next moment, not the next week or the next month, with a more balanced meal. And that needs to be a part of the planning process, is how are you going to handle when things throw it off? If you look at the exercise perspective, I think you kind of touched on this, but you set a goal to go to the gym 3 days a week and something happens and you can't, you get stuck in traffic. It happens. You can't get to the gym, the time frame that you allotted. Yeah.
Right. You get sick and you just shouldn't be working out. That's going to happen. But it's setting those goals and kind of changing it into intentions and choices. So my goal is to lose 20 pounds. All right, well, that translates into my intentions for this week is to eat a more balanced diet and throughout the week, which breaks down into my intentions for today, or my plan for today. And it's the choices throughout that day. And if you choose to have that cupcake, maybe you have some different choices for the next meal, the next day.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at it from the week, you have 3 meals a day. If we're not having snacks, that's 21 meals. You have 21 opportunities to make great choices, and you had one cupcake. That's a minimal impact. That's not a big deal. But it's mental. That's what we have to beat, is that mindset. It is always in our mindset that you toss your hands up and you say, forget it, I failed again. And it's because we're white knuckling our way through it without looking at the bigger picture of, are you kidding me? I aced 21 meals this week, or maybe you aced 18 of them. That's still the majority rule. And you move on, and you had a cupcake, and maybe you had a little more bread at the dinner table that night than you intended to, whatever it is. But the net impact is still in your favor, and there's no need to toss your hands up.
Yeah, it kind of also goes back to when we talked about tracking things a few episodes back. So it's a combination of things. You have a goal and you have a plan, And then you kind of track to see how you're executing on that plan. And then when you review that at the end of the week, all right, how did I do with my plan, executing my plan, or staying on track? Well, I've tracked that. So when you have that kind of like on paper of, hey, I was on point 18 of those 21 meals, that means you had a positive week.
That's a win.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's not, well, I blew it because I had, pizza and cupcakes for a couple of those meals. It's fine. It'll be okay.
It's going to be okay because it's about life and balance, and restricting yourself and requiring so much from yourself without any room for grace is just not going to get you there. White knuckling yourself through things is going to make it but so far, and it's just not the long-term goal. It has to be something sustainable. It has to become something manageable, something that you enjoy. I mean, so many of the clients that we work with, it's mainly health related. So we talk about this from the nutrition perspective, from the exercise perspective, from the implementing new habits in their daily life, like a morning routine. I'm a huge fan of a morning routine. I believe that it sets your day up for success, getting up and just going through whatever that looks like to you. It's my gratitude and it's my workout and it's those things. But whatever that means for you, they have the best of intentions to have put it in place a new morning workout a new morning routine, but they oversleep. Like their phone reset and did the Apple update the night before, and they didn't hear the alarm and they didn't get up. And then all of a sudden, that one day after the last 14 that they've done in a row was what you focus on, because we focus more on the negative than the positive. And the morning routine is trash and we can't do it. And whatever, I'm done with that goal, or I'll start again tomorrow, or I'll start again next week. And it's just not true. It's not all or nothing. That's not the way that we can look at things and expect to actually see gains. I mean, that's the way that historically we've done, and I've done it myself, but it doesn't get you there. You have to recognize all the positives that you've already accomplished in that area that you're working towards. Forget that thing. It was a moment. Leave it there and keep trudging forward. Get right back on track with whatever it is that you are working to accomplish. Pardon this interruption, but I need to ask you a quick question. Are you someone who wants to improve your life but are stumped on where to start? You want better for your marriage, your finances, maybe for your health, or for all the things, but just thinking about it feels totally overwhelming. So you stay stuck. Friend, I totally know that feeling. I lived in that achy place for years. I finally started to see change. I'm talking about real change, not just 1 or 2 days worth of change. When I began focusing on just one area at a time. And I know you can do that very same thing. In fact, I know you can do it even faster than I did. Sounds like a challenge to me. But you can get there by using our Where to Focus First tool. What's this, you ask? Well, it's a brand new download that I created to help you hone in your focus to move out of the stuck into the life that you dream of. This tool is totally free. Oh yeah, you heard that right. I know how crappy it can feel to look around and feel like everyone else is getting what they want and you just don't know where to begin. So I'm sharing with you the exact steps we used for free. All you need to do is head over to blainephillips.com/focus and download your copy today. All right, back to me and Jason bantering away.
If you're trying to implement new positive changes, then something is better than nothing. Yeah, if you could be perfect all the time, then great, but you probably wouldn't be in this position if you're trying to implement lots of positive new changes because you're already perfect. Well, none of us are perfect, so just realizing that and acknowledging the positive things throughout the week or throughout the day and letting go of those stumbles and those miscues.
Something is always better than nothing. Say you plan to get in a 30-minute workout in the afternoon. and you get started and you're in and you've busted out a solid 10 minutes and then a kid's crying and they need your help and you've got to go handle that emergency. 10 minutes is better than no minutes. Sure, you wish you could have finished, but be proud of those 10 minutes and move on from it, whatever that may be. A little bit is better than no bits. And you just build upon that because it's not always going to be perfect. You're not always going to be able to execute even the plan. Like having a plan is better than no plan, but even having a plan doesn't mean that it's going to be executed with perfection because that's just not reality. You have to allow for that, realize that whatever you're able to do that day is better than nothing at all, and give yourself a little bit of grace. That's how goals actually get attained. That's how resolutions actually make it through more than the first 2 weeks of the year.
And you just kind of have to leave room for things to happen too. You can't plan out every minute of your life. So, because things are going to come up, things are going to happen. So you've got to be able to adjust accordingly. So if your plan is you're going to work out, if your goal is to have 150 minutes of exercise throughout the week and you say, I'm going to work out an hour 3 times a day or 3 times a week. Well, yes, that would get you to your goal. But if you are interrupted and you only get 20 minutes in one day, well, you kind of leave that space in your life to add on a few extra minutes on the other days.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's 2 weeks into the year. Wherever you are in the process, we just want to remind you to leave room. Drop that all or nothing mindset because a little bit, anything is always better than nothing. Half a salad is better than no salad. Partial workout is better than no workout at all. Getting up 10 minutes earlier, even though you wanted to get up 20 minutes earlier, is still better. Whatever those goals are, whatever you're working towards, a little is better than none. All or nothing is not true. And those little steps are going to get you closer to the big goal in the long run. I hope this was good. Sweet friend, please hear from my heart to yours. Forgive yourself now for any mishaps you've already had, and let's just move on with a new positive mindset going forward. Until next time.